Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and it's a KSCRAFT project share. Well, I managed to use 8 dies, 7 of which I received in that haul yesterday and 1 that I already had in my stash. So that's quite a few dies that I used, but I did manage to combine them into just 4 small projects. So these are the dies that I used. I used the snowflake cookies. I used the ice skates because I was kind of, looking at the comments to see what people were interested in seeing. I've used the Witch's Broom and made 1 of those, and also you get something extra that comes out of that I will show you in a minute. I used the holly because people asked for that one. I used a gingerbread bow because I just had to, because I think it's the best gingerbread bow in the whole wide world. In fact, it's probably the first gingerbread bow I've ever seen. So if you've got sort of like gingerbread characters and whatnot, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I still have the small one left to use. I used the large one, but that is just, oh, it's so sweet. And from my stash that I already had, I used the bobbin die set, which is brilliant for making card toppers, bag toppers, and also for wrapping ribbon around. So I'd already got that one. I used 1 of the sentiments from this set, and I used the cloche because that one was asked for, and I'll spin that over so you can see KSCRAFT's name. Right, to go with all of that, I used my AliExpress twine that I keep in a Dollar Tree bottle that's, stored upside down, and instead of it having the hanger, I take that off and then I just pull what I need through the hole in the top. And it's a bit of a tangled mess in there, but it works for me and it keeps it dust free and it just stands up on your shelf. So Dollar Tree ornament bottles, I highly recommend them. And I also used from AliExpress my tiny little glass bubbles. I don't know. Ah, there you go. That's quite a nice picture actually. They are so pretty. They're kind of like abalone. There. Oh, my camera's been really good today. Oh, they're just absolutely gorgeous. And in different sizes. And you only need ever such a little bit. And I also used my AliExpress snow powder. Yeah, lovely fine stuff. Basically what it is really finely chopped plastic, and it does look like snow and it glues really easily, but I've used a bit in my cloth shaker, so I used that. And I also used from one of my towers here, this one, which, oh, let me unscrew it. I've used 1 of these. I absolutely love these. I've just ordered another pack because they're on sale at the moment for a couple of bucks for 50. And they really do look like frosting, don't they? And they are beautiful colours. But I decided to order white ones so that I can do some salt dough or clay dough little gingerbread houses, and then glue those on with my Rick Rack ribbon to make some ornaments for my tree. But I highly recommend. They are beautifully made, rock solid, really lovely quality. So I've used 1 of those today. And what else did I use? I think that's all I've been up to with all my bits and bobs. So right, let us get into what I did do. So first up is the cloche. And if you look there, you can see all the little bits of powdered snow in there. There's little snowflake sequins, regular sequins, and if I shake it, you should be able to see the tiny little glass balls in there. I only put just a little pinch in, but it's just so pretty. I mean, that can be a tag, or you can hang it on your tree. And if you've seen KSCRAFT's video, she's done it so that it's acetate on both sides. Now, somebody did ask me, how do the layers go? Because they didn't understand. So while I've got this one, I'm going to pick up the die open the bag and just explain it, because not everybody does know how to make a shaker. Right, so when you get your die, the inner part is going to be connected. Now, I always take advantage of that. So before cutting it apart, I always cut my frames and I cut my foam so that, you know, everything's all where it's going to be. And then I cut that piece out because, of course, you need to have a solid back. So there is your solid back. And then onto that, you're going to glue your frame. I use Dollar Tree foam boards to do mine always, because I just love Dollar Tree foam board and it's nice and cheap. I mean, it's a huge sheet for $1. And then everything else goes on top. When you cut your acetate, you use this one again. And what I like to do is just trim a little bit off the bottom of the acetate so that this part is bonding paper to paper as well as acetate to paper. So you just get a nice stronger bond. So that is how you put together your shaker. But if you look there, you can see, and I just cropped my acetate below that line only a little bit because you don't want to sort of like have a gap in your window area. So that's how you do that. And if anyone's requiring a shaker tutorial, I can certainly show you. In fact, I think I've done one before, I'm not sure. But that's what you do. Cheat with it, you know, when you get it, don't cut it apart. Cut all your frames that you want, all the foam that you want, store those in a bag, then snip them apart and cut all your bases. That's what I do. Right, so next up is the Witchy Broom that people ask for, and this is the one that has a double use. Well, it's an absolutely awesome tassel. It really is seriously cute. I mean, a Witchy Broom tassel for Halloween. I would actually, I've only cut one, but I would cut two, and I'd punch a little hole there and put a jump ring through so you could put it on a little gift bag or something. But it's just so cute. And of course, for those that like to create things that are going to have a greater longevity, use a glue stick, bond your felt down to some nice heavyweight cardstock, cut it out, and you'll have a little felt broom that perhaps is going to last you a bit longer and can be a dangle off a book or something like that. Or if you like to use soda cans, you can cut this with a soda can. You can use all of your thin dies to do that. But it's just so sweet. So there it is, little Witchy Broom and a pink sparkly handle. And I suppose I should measure that, shouldn't I? So that you know just how big that is. Right, it's 5 inches. So really super cute. And I need to measure this as well so you know how big this is. And of course you can put this on a card. 3 3/4 by 3. So that's how big the cloche is. And then next up is the bestest gingerbread bow in the whole wide world. There it is. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I just love it. And I just glued down the frosting piece in the middle because I just thought it suited it so well. And it's on that bobbin background there that, you know, you can use a piece of ribbon. You can even hang that on your tree. There's one of the sentiments, sweet stuff. And I just loaded it up with my little birdie. I haven't got much of this left now, so I need to get some more. And it's called Whipped Cream. And it's only $1 a pop from Little Birdie. So it's lovely stuff, really thick and nice. I've got the cookies down here. So that is 1 die, 2 dies, 3 dies. And then that bow up there, that's 4 dies that I've used on there. And I also used a little bit of glitter. Oh yeah, I used this one because I've only got a bit left. I do like the pot actually. I'll probably just soak the label off and continue using the pot because I like the crystal on it. So that is that one. Just absolutely gorgeous. I just love that bow. I mean, you could make loads of those and just hang them on your tree, or underneath the bit that you glue in the middle, put some wire. You could wire them to the ends of your Christmas tree branches if you've got all your gingerbread stuff hanging. Just love it. All of the stars that came out of the bow there, I just glued them on separately onto the back of that bobbin. So that is that one. And then last but not least is the holly and the skates that I used together and came out really pretty. That's where I've used the AliExpress twine to lace it up. And I use a needle from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack. And my eyesight, I have to tell you, is not very good. So if you look for the pack that's got that needle, it's got that really weird hook end on it. And it's just really nice for stitching the Dollar Tree foam. I hope you can see that. It's got a good size eye as well for putting twine through. But it tends to sort of like go through holes without tearing them. So I do covet that and I hide that in a little tin so no one else can have it. So you find those in Dollar Tree. But going back to this, I've used silver metallic pearls there on that holly and just did it in white and a lovely sage green. Used a really vintage piece of scrapbook paper. I think that piece must be 20 years old. And then those ice skates on top with silver glitter. I used my Cool Grey One Touch 5 marker to do the heel shadow and also the stitch shadow. But just absolutely gorgeous. Really, really love that. So simple. And when you see it like that, of course, you can cut these skates in Dollar Tree foam and quite literally glue them into your wreath for your door. That easy. I mean, if I was going to change anything and go back, because you know what I'm like, I would probably add my silver sparkle pen to those lace hooks at the top. That's probably all that I would change for what I've done there. I just love the colour and the simplicity of it. Right, well, that is what I've got for you today, and I hope you have an absolutely awesome weekend. Oh yeah, I'm going to be up with more KSCRAFT again on Monday, so anything from that design team haul that you wanted to see and I haven't made today will be back on Monday. So once again, have an absolutely fabulous weekend. As usual, all links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.